So I had to go back in rehab on September 29th, and give you a little backstory. Yes, I started smoking cigarettes and drinking beer when I was a kid. Then I started smoking marijuana. By the time I was 17 years old, I was addicted to cocaine and painkillers, and then a decision to start shooting dope into my arm with my girlfriend at the time, and that relationship. I've been struggling with heroin addiction, and specifically IV drug use, with my recovery, but it's a daily struggle every day, man. I still think about using drugs every single day. If I'm gonna be honest with myself, I still think about shooting heroin, and this time it's gonna be different. But my history has shown me that every time I even go back to drinking alcohol or go back to smoking weed, I always end up back on hard drugs. It could be a couple of weeks, it could be a couple of months, maybe it's a year, but every time I go back to that lifestyle, I always end up back on heroin. So, the most destructive aspect about my addiction is that or I guess we could say I shot it all up my arm. I have spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that I have either made or I have stolen for drugs. I am a convicted felon, and I'm on felony probation as a result of my drug addiction. Now, that being said, I don't ever think of myself as a bad person.
Retard dick sucker. I would get right up in between those butt cheeks and
take a breath, dominate her anal cavity every single night, and by the time she's 45 years old, she's gonna be shitting in a diaper. I bend you over and social media fuck you in the ass and take all your subs. Girl should look in my personality, which is my addiction, shines through in all aspects of my life, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to get rid of that. Specifically, the chances that I'll never ever put a needle into my arm that's loaded up with some awesome fucking fantastic Montega, maybe a little bit of cocaine too, because that was my thing, was speedballing. The chances that I'll never do that again are, you know, we shouldn't even go there. Never gonna use drugs. I hate fucking being sober, man. I can't stand this shit. And if it weren't for the fact that I'm on felony probation, I don't know, man. I feel like it's a huge motivational factor in my recovery, the fact that if I do use heroin or I use drugs again, I am going to state prison. You know, I'm not trying to live that life. I've already spent lots of time in jail. I don't want to do that anymore. If I wasn't on felony probation, I could be drinking. I don't know. Maybe I'd be smoking pot. I don't know, man. It's an interesting thing to ponder. But I feel like in the moment, that is meaningless to even mention with, you know, steroids, pro hormones, and stuff like that. I have, yes. I think that could be something I really need to watch out for. Personally, I could become very addicted to that thing because I'm really, really sensitive in that way. You know what I mean? If I even put like nicotine or caffeine into my system, it becomes, you know, something that I cling to. It's hard to really find a sense of like peace or serenity in my life just because I am, you know, like I said, I have a lot of character defects. I'm a very ungrateful person. I'm a very selfish person. I'm gonna literally bend him over this fucking desk right here, and I'm gonna fuck him in the ass until he calls me daddy. Because I can fuck her in the ass 24/7. I'm gonna make her my sub. I'm gonna dominate over her. I'm gonna dominate her anal cavity every single night. And by the time she's 45 years old, she's gonna be shitting in a diaper. I bend you over and social media fuck you in the ass and take all your subs. Girl should look into getting some kind of checkup. You know, we don't need any of that Chinese rot coming out of her cute little labias, you know what I mean? And I'm just being real here. It's something that I struggle with, so I go through mental relapses almost every single day, where it's like, no, Charlie, you need to like check your thinking here and start redirecting your thoughts somewhere else. I do want to thank Jeff and his family because they've been so good to me. And then you should get the fuck out of my anons and take care of your retarded kid.
Charles, I have a son who is diagnosed with mental retardation. He didn't get oxygen to the brain quickly enough at birth. So this hurts my heart, because I'm a viewer. My son gets called retarded and bullied.
This is gonna be good. Charles, I have a son who is diagnosed with mental retardation. He didn't get oxygen to the brain quick enough at birth. So this hurts my heart because I'm a viewer. My son is called retard and bullied. Well listen, if this is true, then you should get the fuck out of my anons and take care of your retarded kid. Then you should get the fuck out of my anons and take care of your retarded kid. To find a higher power and that you need to, find God or whatever that means to you. So the last point I want to make in this video is that when I found veganism, I was in early
Vegan Cheetah. He's not vegan, all right? This is a screen grab I just got of one of his vlogs where he says he accidentally ate cheese. So I want you to notice that this sandwich has not been eaten yet, all right? It is untouched. And you can see that there is melted cheese sprinkled on top of this damn sandwich, all right? There's no accident when you admit that there's cheese on it and then you consume it and you try to say that you're vegan, all right? The hypocrisy is fucking astounding, all right? And I'm really pissed off that this keeps perpetuating and going on, and everybody seems to think that it's okay that Charles calls himself a vegan, yet he eats cheese, yet he buys fucking chicken ramen noodles. It's bullshit, people. Wake the hell up. Look right there for yourself. There's cheese. Watch the damn video. You judge for yourself. Don't make the reality that you want to see. Realize what's in front of your eyes and wake the hell up. That's damn cheese. He chooses to eat it. You don't choose an accident.
How is it so far?
Wonderful.
Wonderful?
You like cheese?
Can I try one of your chips? Thanks, bro. Oh, is that cheese on the bread?
It looks like cheese.
We're just gonna pretend it's not there.
And there's that part of me that really does want to use drugs still. There's a part of me every single day that's jealous when I see people drinking, or jealous when I hear people talking about, doing Molly and going out to the club. I still want to live that life. There's part of me that if you want to eat shit in a bucket, that's fine. Fitness was one of the things that really saved me, because it gives me a higher purpose. So if you do happen to be in recovery and your counselors or your sponsors or whatever are telling you, listen, you need to find a higher power, you need to get connected with God, that could mean whatever you want it to mean. For me, it meant, getting in the gym, continuing what I was doing when I was in jail. I'm a businessman. I'm trying to run a business. And yes, my addiction has translated into the more positive aspects of my life, because take away the drugs and the alcohol, I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I need a fix, I need something to cling on, I need a crutch. Dropouts, college dropouts. I can live with that. And that's just for me personally. I can live with that. You're talking to a guy that shot dope and coke into his arms. You're talking to a guy that was facing severe amounts of time in state prison. That was really when I discovered fitness, was when I went to jail. I was just trying to build some muscle so I didn't get fucked with by the brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't get bent over and became Big Bubba's white bitch. So I was like, I gotta get big as fuck. And then when I got out of jail,
Retard dick sucker.
think about what the fuck am I gonna do? Where am I gonna be at when I'm 35, And it's something that I think about more and more every day, because I'm getting older, man. Like I am. I'm 28 years old, going on 29 in February. But staying in it is a huge piece of this, man. Will I be clean a couple of days from now, a year from now? I have no fucking idea. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I'm never gonna use drugs again, but I'm clean today, and
I'm just a social media personality. Calling my name right, I really don't care what they say about me, to be honest with you.